All right, welcome back everyone to another episode of Ocean Outlast Expert. Hope everyone is doing great today. I know that I am. We are picking up right where we last left off in our gameplay here. I'm trying to adjust my microphone a little bit here. But yeah, I have not done anything since the last episode. And what was that? See that? A little bit of weirdness. Oh, it's probably this torch that we're standing right on top of. But yeah, haven't done anything, and honestly, I've been kind of contemplating where we are taking things in this pack. And I know I always like to talk on it a lot, and then ultimately never really goes anywhere with it. But there's still a decent amount of stuff for us to do. But you kind of get to that point, and especially with where we're at with things, where it starts to dry up just a little bit on things that seem interesting to do. Now, obviously, as you guys know, one of the big things that we have been trying to progress towards is getting into applied energistics. Now, we've done a little bit with it, but unfortunately, what we need in order to progress is extremely expensive to make. We've actually gotten most everything we need for it, except for this Aethium crystal and then this scarab gem. Now, it was mentioned on the last episode, I believe, to get into the fossils and archaeology to find that. Now, we do have an episode on that with the series already. So if you were interested in that, you can always check it out. We crafted up a whole area for it over here. And we even have a dude over here. At least we did. It's been a while since we've come over here. Yeah, it looks like he actually despawned. He's not here anymore. Either despawned or he got attacked or something. But we did get into it a little bit here. We do have a creature egg there, a fossilized egg there. But we didn't really do too much additional with it. You can get into a lot of cool dinosaurs and things like that, which is interesting. It's a very interesting mod to get into. But the way that you get that scarab gem that we actually need for our energy acceptor here is by either a loot crate, the cracked one, which is specific to the archaeology mod, or you find it from fossil blocks. It's an extremely rare drop from fossil blocks, so that's the other way that you get it. Look at this little dude. He's trying to blend in. He's doing his best. So yeah, and that's where we're kind of stuck with that one. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but you know, it kind of is what it is at that point. For progressing towards this, and then regardless, even if we were to find this, we have to wait for a long period. We got to get to tier 5 before we can even get Aethium crystals to progress more, which we're just not even close in getting what we need to get to our tier 2 miner, which is kind of crazy that it's taking that long. I mean, we have 61 in here, and that's all we have. So we do need this rhodium in order to progress and make our next stages. And I took it all out of here. So this is all we have. And for us to actually get to our next tier, we need about 100 or so, probably over 100 to get to that next tier. So that's why I'm kind of like, I just don't know if it's worthwhile. We could get another void ore miner going and so on and so forth. But even then, we have to get to the next tier, the next tier, the next tier. So I do have a few, maybe like 1 or 2 additional things I was thinking in my head that we could look into. I know that it was recommended to look into the flux networks, which would be kind of cool. So getting into this and just exploring a little bit, because there's like some cool stuff you can do with it, some flux storage and so on and so forth. It's an interesting mod. I mean, it really is. And it's actually not like too bad to get into. The biggest thing would be like you have to do Bewitchment first, which was another thing that was on our docket that we could get into is Bewitchment. Which is down here. So getting our Book of Shadows, getting a Witch's Cauldron and Oven and stuff like that. So that's actually what I was thinking about doing and getting into today is Bewitchment and actually starting that up. So we crafted this whole area over here for Bewitchment and just everything like that. I knew we would need a decent amount of space for what we were planning on doing with it, and we crafted this up some time ago, several episodes ago. We expanded a little island that was here. And we laid down a little stretch of a path, and then we've added in these statues as we've gotten them from lost crates, which are a cool add-on here. We could probably add some more trees and stuff like that. Some more flowers and shrubs and things like that, but no worries about it right now. So that's the plan for today, is Bewitchment. So we're going to jump into that. So first and foremost, we need the Book of Shadows. Now you get the Book of Shadows with a book, and let's see here. Book of Shadows, you need a book, you need a mandrake, hellebore, and then some black dye. So an ink sac should work, if I am not mistaken. Yes. So the biggest thing is a hellebore and a mandrake. So let's see what we have. I actually don't know what all we have in our inventory. So we do have our hellebore. That's actually very useful. Do we have a mandrake? It does not look like we have that. Now, do we have the seeds for a mandrake? Because if we do, then we can get that planted and we can get that going. Now, we are going to want to plant some hellebore as well. We're going to want to plant a lot of this stuff. So I think that should be good to start with. The wormwood would be good as well. So we need an area where we can set up a little bit of a farm here. So let's see. I think if we did it like right here, it would be fine. All right, so we also are going to need a bucket, and we're going to need a way to farm the land. Actually, don't know why. I always grab a bucket, but realistically, I can grab this one, and it's an infinite source of water. So I should just always use this. But anywho, so then we're going to need a hoe, which we do have. Surprisingly, I honestly didn't think I would have one. So let's get the land farmed out here just a little bit so we can plant some of these seeds. And I'm going to make it in a unique shape. Well, not so unique. I'm just going to make it in something different than what you typically would do, like a square or something like that. We're going to do something like this. Again, for the time being, as we grow and we add more to it, we can obviously expand. So we're going to want sections of this. So we'll plant that there. There's our mandrake. This is our hellebore. And then this is our wormwood. Now there's additional ones you can get from the mod, but that's what we have. And you know what? I didn't even look if there was anything else. There's anything else that made sense for us. Ectoplasm. Yeah, no. We do have garlic seeds, but we don't really need them. This one would be good to have actually as well. So let's get that planted. Plant this boy over there. And that should be fine for the time being. So let's get some bone meal. We should have a little bit on us. And we can always make more. But we do need this mandrake to get going. So we actually got some more seeds here. So I'm just going to get a couple of these so we can plant those. I'm going to get a couple more of these as well, so we can get those planted and just get our whole entire farm kind of up and going a little bit better than what it would have been. So we got the hellebore. We can stick those away. We got the mandrake, which is perfect. So let's go over here and look up Bewitchment. So Bewitchment is not a new mod at all. We've done different episodes in our MC Eternal playthrough on this mod, and it's actually really fun, and it's actually really unique to get into. Because there's a lot of cool, like, spooky things you can do with it. So let's see here. We need the Book of Shadows. So there we go. Let's grab that. Have everything we need. Honestly, I guess we didn't have it. I didn't look to see if we had it laying around somewhere. Because we do have our... where is it at? Our Thaumonomicon. I thought we did. I guess we don't anymore. Thought we did, but well, whatever. So we have our Book of Shadows, and this is going to run you through everything that you need to know around bewitchment and witchcraft. Witchcraft is an ancient art of magic and nature. This book shall guide you in discovering its secrets for yourself. So you could start with the overview. There's a whole slew of things to get to, including altars, modifiers, fortune's favor, fortune in scrying, griddle, and the dryads, and a bunch of stuff. Grimoire Magia. I'm doing my best. So starting off, you're going to want to get into the altars and things like that. So if magical energy is the lifeblood of a witch's haunt, altars are the heart that circulates it. Altars are formed by placing 6 of the same type of altar block in a 2x3 layout and then topping it with a carpet of any color. Altars can pull from plants in a 32-meter radius and can distribute it to any devices in a 16-meter radius. That's super helpful, considering what is meters in a Minecraft when you have blocks. Doesn't really help us. But what we can take from that is we need an altar. So it said any kind of altar would be fine. So I think in the last one I used the scorned one, if I'm not mistaken. But we could do the nether brick one, or we could do the obsidian one. What is cooler? I think regardless, we actually have to get the base one going. Yeah, we have to do the base one regardless. Which you actually need birch salt, acacia resin, and purifying bath salts from Thaumcraft, which we don't even know yet. We have to get into that. Okay, that's a bummer. So we can't actually even progress to that point of getting an altar yet, which is fine. We'll get that. We actually have that codex already. So I think the next thing that we could do is we can get an oven going, we could get a sigil, and we could get a cauldron, a witch's cauldron going. So let's do that. We'll get to the oven. We'll get the cauldron. And those should not be too hard to get going. So we do need a resourceful furnace, a mana diamond, magic tallow. Like, what do we have, actually, that we could utilize for this? Magic tallow from a crucible. You take compressed flesh blocks. Okay, now how many do we need? 2? I think we could do that, right? 2 of those. And then we need ignis in our crucible. Fire. Does this have fire? It does. So we could throw those in. That'd actually be perfectly fine. Throw a bunch of torches in there. All right, so let's get this one. Let's hop over here. And I think what we'll do is maybe we'll make this little area here kind of where we place a lot of our devices that we're going to be using. And already, I mean, we're 12 minutes in. This is seeming like it's going to be a couple episodes of Bewitchment here until we get to a good point with it. So, all right. Do we have any water in there? We do not. And of course, silly me, I did not put... I put our bucket away of water. Okay. There we go. Honestly, one of the best things. It's kind of overlooked. All right, let's throw this in. Now, I'm always a really bad shot with these. Okay. I don't think it had enough in there. So, let's just take, like, a lot of these and throw them in there. Okay, why can't I pick those up? There we go. Now, what about this? Can I throw this in there? There we go. We got one of them. But now, unfortunately, we do need to make another one of these. And if I take more of these, I'm probably throwing in way too many of these as well. So, but I'm not like one to do math with Thaumcraft. I'm one to just kind of like throw it in and be like, it seems like it's enough. So, okay. And then the other thing we did need to get into, which it should be in our Thaumonomicon. Not all recipes are correct. Check JEI. We did need to get into an additional item for that. So I'm trying to quickly look through and see where this would be at. I'm not even seeing it on here yet, which means that we might not have unlocked it. We might have to progress a little bit further into things before we can actually get to that other component that we need. So it's sounding like we are going to have a couple episodes here of that. Okay, so we got those 2 items there, the magic tallow. Let's see what else we need then. We are going to need a diamond, right? Block of steel, that's easy enough to get, which actually I think it already populated in there if I was not mistaken. Yep. So that we are going to need the resourceful furnace, which means we are going to need a machine frame here. Steel casing is the best. I will always recommend it, and every single time that we utilize one of them that uses a steel casing, I will highly recommend it as well. We do need more plastic as well. Always a thing. Always a couple different things that we have to run into. So what I will do is I'll jump away here get our resources together, and when we come back, hopefully we'll have everything that we need to get the ball rolling here. So actually, you know what? No, we should be fine. We should be fine to do this really quickly. I was gonna cut away, but I mean, look at this. We already got pretty much everything we need right here. Do I have a crafting table hanging out in here? I do. So we'll take all of these, and this will actually get us our dry rubber. And then we can take these and put them in here. I was gonna jump away, but that's fine. Spread them out. It's actually funny because this is our resourceful furnace here that we're utilizing, that they want us to use in this recipe. So I guess I technically could have grabbed this, but we have the resources in order to make what we need for it. So, okay, so let's see. We did this one, and then all we need left are 2 furnaces and then a golden gear. It actually is super easy to do. And that should be everything that we need. So we got our resourceful furnace, throw it back in there. We have pretty much everything except our mana diamond, which in order to make a mana diamond, you do need to have a compressed diamond, which luckily we do have. Actually, we have 5 compressed diamonds. I'm quite surprised that I have that many hanging out here. So let's go over here. I'm just gonna throw them all in so we get all 5. Because why not? We got plenty of other diamonds. And then we should be able to get our witch's oven. Perfect. And we did get the progression from the normal Minecraft stuff. There's still a decent amount of stuff that we have to make on our end to get the ball rolling here. Let's come back over here. And like I said, I think this area right here would be like a good setup for what we're doing. I don't know if I were to like grab a shovel, can I? Yeah, here we go. Take this. We actually need our Book of Shadows. No, it doesn't work on this stuff, unfortunately, the dry grass. Would have been nice if it did. But you know what? Why don't we... Well, that did not last long. Should have used my normal tool here, but that's fine. Okay. So we're going to take all of those up, and then my plan is to put them all down, right? This may sound silly, but I think having it padded down will look really, really cool. Let's grab that. I don't know where that one came from. I guess we have an additional piece of dirt chilling here with us. And we're just going to grab another shovel here. And it's not going to work for some reason. Can we not make it into paths? Is that not a thing? I am very, very confused here. Maybe it's because it's connected to the dry grass? Like, so weird. Okay. That's actually really interesting. I've never had a problem like that before. What if I come over here where we don't have that going on? Like if I were to, yeah, I can change it here for some reason. Does it, oh, it has to be a normal grassy block for it to do it. It can't, well, I thought you could do it on normal dirt too, if I'm not mistaken. Like if I put this over here, right? I can't, but I can do that. What if I take, am I just misunderstanding how Minecraft logic works? I am, so it does have to be grass. I don't know why I didn't think it had to be grass. But that's kind of strange. So whatever, I guess. We could always switch it out to be something different. No worries. So we'll place this down. I believe we just need some heat source. So coal is going to be our best friend here. We could honestly, we'll just grab a normal stack of coal. Throw it in here. And then we do need some clay bottles. So if we go to Bewitchment again. Bewitchment. We already have some bottles, like right here. We have liquid witchcraft. That's not what we need. We need empty bottles, which are just like this. And we do need 16 of them. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. We want to make up like 6 of them. I don't know why I counted it out on my end when realistically I could have just easily done it like that. Now I think I could put these in here and actually cook them up in here, so that's actually perfectly fine. We'll do it this way then. And I should put these shovels away. We don't really need them on our inventory currently. Let's pump up the production here of these. And then let's see what the additional items we are needing. So we need an oak spirit. So all we got to do is take oak sapling and put it in our oven with some jars. Okay, so we can put our empty jars right there. And then let's grab a sapling. And luckily we have plenty of these. So we'll do one of them to get started. And just like so, we have broken the game. No, there we go. Okay, that has completed the progression there. So we get some monies, and we got 2 crates, and we actually got a sorcerer crate. I do not recall getting these before. We got the pinkinator. What the heck is this? Apply directly to wither. What? The pinkinator to wither. Okay, my interests have been 100% sparked here. Please, let's pause on our progression. Okay, I think something just died upstairs. That's interesting. All right, we got some soul sand. I need to know now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to know if this is going to change something on a wither. This is really interesting. Okay, let's get in here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. What? Oh, what is that? Oh my gosh! What? Is he... I'm so... A pink wither that... What? He's a mob that we can ride. What? But like, what do we need to like feed him with? I'm so confused. What? I'm extremely confused here. Pink wither. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me look this up. Okay, I looked it up here, and it looks like it's more so. It was kind of like a joke than anything else, but that's awesome. So I'm gonna grab him if I can. Permission to design. The enemy is. Oh, okay. So I can't put him in a soul vial. What about a mob imprisonment tool? Mob imprisonment tool. I'm looking at it. There it is. Can I put him in one of these? No. Where'd he go? Because I don't want him to be in here. I'd love to save him. He's kind of glitchy. No? I mean, I'm aiming in the right spot here. Okay, it looks like I can't save him. Unfortunately, I can't put him in a mob tool or anything. So what it is it's kind of more so just a prank than anything else, or it's just a meme. It was an April Fool's joke a while ago in Minecraft, and it's kind of cool. Is there a way to make this? I don't think so. It's weird that we didn't get a completion for it, but we did in this. So let's see. It would have been under Botania, right? Did we get it under here? Or I'm so confused. We did get a progression, but I don't know where we got the progression from. That's always the most confusing part of this, is like, where did we get that progression? Because we definitely didn't get it in our quest line here. There's nothing here for us to collect. So the other thing with them is you can obviously get on it like a mount, but that's about it. So you can get on like a mount. You can't control it. There's no way to actually control the wither like that. So the only other thing that you could do is to kill it, pretty much, which is kind of a bummer. But at the same time, it was a cool experience. So a cool thing for you guys to see, and to just, I've never seen it before either. Well, I'm sure maybe some of you have, but for me, it was new, so that was kind of cool. But anywho, so that distracted us from our main thing. It's probably going to be the screen or the thumbnail for the episode right there, because it'll be way cooler than anything else that we're going to probably do in this episode. Anywho, so let's see the quest lines here. Get up back to Bewitchment. So we have a sigil table and then the altar. Unfortunately, for the altar, we do need to do this, which we need purifying bath salts, which is Salis Mundus, and it has to be white carpet, it says on there. Those are easy enough to get. It's this that is going to be difficult. And we don't have what we need for it. I don't know what it's under for it. But we could get a cauldron up and going. Silver runic dust. It's never easy. It's never straightforward. Never is. Okay, can we complete that? No. Because we need luminous powder. Can we do that? We can. That'll give us enough. Boom. Get that. That'll give us enough of that. And we should be good. Let's see. So we have those two. And then all we need is a bucket of molten silver. So we are going to need a bucket. If you guys are interested in seeing something different than Ocean Outlast, let me know here on YouTube. But we are currently playing an MC Eternal playthrough over on Twitch. I have it linked down in the description if you are interested. We are actually having a great time over there. There's a lot of cool stuff to do, and I've been trying to approach it differently than how we have previously approached the gameplay. So previously, I guess I'll hold on to this. So previously, or in a lot of case scenarios, it's very easy for us to get into the zone of the normal ways of getting machines up and going and just all of that fun stuff. Okay, we do need silver here. But for this time around, I have taken a different approach on it. So this time around in that playthrough, we are currently... Is that going to automatically go over it now? We are currently going about it from an immersive engineering perspective first, along with just different ways of doing things than your normal, again, base way of doing it. So for example, a lot of times people will jump right into thermal expansion because it's a great, easy way to start off in a mod pack. And there's no doubt about that. It's super easy to start there. But there are other items and other mods that you could start with to achieve the same exact goal that you are trying to accomplish with thermal expansion. Perfect. That is enough right there. So we do need this to come and export out the side. We need this one to import from the side, which it already did. Cool beans. All right, and we should be good to go. Boom. But yeah, so we've been trying different things over there, which is actually really cool to test out. So different like generators, like survival generators and things like that to produce early power. Getting a, like if we look at it, so from extra utilities, if we go to extra utilities, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's in here around it. But one of the things is a crusher. And I've never personally used the crusher from extra utilities, but it's a great early game way of getting things ground up that you would typically use a grindstone for. But this is an automated way to do it. Well, a powered way to do it, let's say. You don't have to sit there and do it yourselves. So that's what we started with, and then we've done some other generators. I even tried to get up and going the frosty generator, which is actually pretty cool because it utilizes snow and stuff like that. It's cool. It's a cool, different way, different approach of doing things. We do need some despair bricks here. yeah, it's just a cool different way of going about things, and I'm really enjoying it, and it seems like some of the other people who have been dropping on in have been enjoying it as well. So if you are interested in that, I highly recommend stopping on by and checking it out, because I think you'll enjoy it as well. So, but anywho, okay, so let's get this positioned here, and we'll kind of make a spot for it, because we do need fire. And I think this will be good. And we do need we need flint and steel. We have so much flint and steel. And you know what? We need probably a piece of netherrack down there. I wasn't really thinking about that. Netherrack, we got plenty of. Also, it is not as complex as this. I know a lot of people like the complexity of this mod, specifically this mod pack. But MC Eternal is definitely not that difficult comparatively. So cool. I think that'll work to start with. I know we have this one here. We'll have this one kind of laid back. I just want it to be a little bit more sporadic. I want to try not to be too uniform on it. But there we go. We got the Witch's Cauldron up and going there, and we did complete the quest here. So we are going to get another Sorcerer's Floral light gray powder. I believe that's from Botania, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So we could stick that away, and we are going to have to place back down our witch's oven here. So can we get some more of this despair brick going here? And we'll kind of find some space over here. We'll have to design this a little bit differently as we go, because there's a few other items that we can kind of get into and try out. Oh, I did not make enough despair bricks. Yeah, there's a few other things for us to try out and do, and I don't know. I want it to be a little bit different on how we approach the layout. Let's just get a bunch, actually. That's not going to be enough. Get that many. 20 bricks. 20 despair bricks. And that should be fine for the time being. And I'll put one here because I think I did that there. Yeah. So, and then we will stick our witch's oven right there. Put this in there. And we'll put that in there. So we're good to go. So we do have this. And then you can just take some water. Put the water in there. And you should be good to go. You got to give it some time. And yep, there you go. It's ready to go. It's starting to boil. So we are pretty much set there for whenever we are ready to jump back into things and keep on progressing. But we are way over our time limit on this episode. So we're going to wrap things up there. So when we do come back, we are going to continue on this path. We are going to get things up and going a little bit more with Bewitchment and progress further. We actually might have to jump back over to Thaumcraft so that we can figure out what we need for the altar, because the altar is really our next thing. And getting this purifying bath salts is going to be a big part of that. And I'm not 100% sure on what progression we actually have to get to in order to do that. It just says purifying bath salts, missing research, which doesn't really help me when you're looking in here. If you're not familiar with it, you don't know really where to look. I mean, you can look in here. As you can see, there's nothing. It doesn't tell us anything in here. If we progress even more through things, doesn't really show us anything around that. And then obviously Arcane Infusion, we don't have anything open either. Now I wonder, just out of curiosity, before we officially wrap up, if we go back to Thaumcraft, which is right here, does it show it on here? It does. Purifying bath salts. It doesn't really help us though. So it looks like it's part of the, obviously it's part off the crucible there. Not like we have to go to infusion or anything. So I'm just going to have to look into that one a little bit more. But guys, anyway, I'm rambling on so very much. So I do appreciate you guys watching today. I hope you all enjoyed, and hopefully you're excited for what is to come here in this mod pack, and then eventually transitioning off of this one into our next one, which could be something kind of cool. So, but with that being said, if you are new to the channel, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. Let you know every single time a new episode is posted here on the channel. I do stream over on Twitch, mentioned that earlier, and that is down in the description below. You can find that link, as well as a link to my own Discord if you want to join in the community. So guys, again, I appreciate it so very much. I'll catch you all in the next episode. Take it easy.